Well, the 2020 GT500 is definitely a popular topic right now. Enthusiasts know that anything with the GT500 name is a special car. In my opinion, the 2011 through 2012 is one of the best values out there right now. You get the aluminum block 5.4, 550 horsepower. These are great looking cars as well. Today we're going to improve the stance of this GT500 with a suspension kit from Pedders. Our CS14 wheels from Carroll Shelby Wheel Company looks absolutely right at home on this GT500, but this wheel gap has got to go, and that's where our Pedders Suspension comes in. This is the SportsRyder EziFit kit, and it's going to fit your 2005 to 2014 Mustang. Now, Pedders takes all the guesswork out of this by giving you shocks, struts, and springs that are combined to work together. The dampening is specific for these springs, making it an easy bolt-on upgrade. This is going to lower your Mustang 1 full inch in the front and back. For this installation, that a lift or a jack and jack stands, 3/8 ratchet, 10mm socket, 13mm socket, 14mm socket, 15mm socket, 1/2 inch ratchet, 15mm socket, 18mm socket, and a 17mm wrench. Okay, we'll get the car off the ground, remove the wheels and tires, and then we're going to start the installation in the trunk. We'll pull this back here and do one side at a time. Start by loosening this nut for the shock. Okay, now we can go under the car. Okay, back underneath the car, we're going to support the rear axle, so we're going to remove the shock bolt and the sway bar bolt. Then we can lower the axle down and remove the spring. We're going to remove the other side as well so we can drop the sway bar down. Okay, now we're going to lower the rear down so we can remove the spring. We'll grab our new Pedders spring, put it up into place. Now we'll grab our new shock. We're going to install that with the factory hardware. Now what we're going to do here is just put the sway bar back into place. Just put the bolts through. You don't have to tighten anything. That'll help us support the rear so we can remove the pole jack and go up into the trunk. Now usually this comes through enough. If not, just get underneath the car and just jack it up a little bit. Put the bushing in place. And then tighten it down. Okay, and then move on to the other side. Well, both sides done, we can reconnect the sway bar. Okay, now we can move on to the front. Okay, moving on to the front. These 4 nuts hold the strut assembly to the strut tower. We're going to remove 3 of them, leave 1 loose. Now we're down inside the wheel well. We're going to disconnect the sway bar from the strut, put a wrench on the back, remove the nut. Okay, the sway bar off, we're going to move the brake line from the standoff on the back of the strut by removing this screw right here. Remove that and pop out the little plastic clip. Okay, and the last step is remove these bolts here, hold the spindle and the strut together. Okay, now remove the strut. Just loosen the last screw. All right, ready to install our Pedders assembly. Now make sure this notch is facing outward. All right, put a couple nuts to hold it in place. Now we'll line up the spindle. The strut bolted to the spindle, now we're going to lift it up, install the other strut nuts. Okay, with the strut mounted, we're going to reconnect the brake line to the back of the strut. And reconnect the sway bar. And reinstall the wheels and tires, and your installation's finished. The Pedders SportsRyder EziFit's really improved the look of this GT500. Because everything's designed to work together, it's going to ride and perform just like we're hoping it will. Now, I do want to mention, because we did change the ride height, you will want to get the car aligned when you're finished. Now, as far as the installation goes, I'd say around 4 hours or so. Be back on the road in no time. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed that video. Make sure you click on the CJ button so you subscribe for future videos, and click the corner up here for more videos for your Mustang.